everyone, I'm Jordan Scott from Evolving Song Holistic Wellness and from A State of Health. I am delighted to be joined with you here for another beautiful yoga practice. Today we are exploring the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is called Anahata in Sanskrit, and Anahata means unstruck or unharmed. You can also think of it as being flawless. And I really love this symbolism because when we think about who we are at our most purest, truest, deepest centered selves, we are flawless. We are divine. We are a part of it all, right? You can think of connecting to that source of divinity or grand consciousness. You can think about it as that God essence. When we connect with all beings through this pure energy, this pure consciousness, we're doing it through the heart. I love from so many different sacred texts, we have the words, this soul is at the seat of the heart, or this beautiful symbolism as the flaming heart being that heart of compassion and of passion, of pure love and energy that is drawing in the forces of divine. And the heart center, if you think about it, where it's located on the physical body, it's the intersecting point between all of our main 7 chakras. So we can really think about the heart chakra as being the one that integrates, that connects that earthly energy, all of those are lower chakras that are bringing the energy upwards, and it connects the heavenly energy from all of our upper chakras that are drawing that etheric essence down. It mingles right here at the heart center. So there's a lot of potential here for expansion and connection. And what we do with those energies is we integrate them and distribute them through the body, helping us to maintain holistic wellness. So it's a really beautiful place to explore, even just from a philosophical point. But like we'll discuss as we have with all of our other chakras, there's a physical aspect to this as well. So the energetic center of the heart chakra affects our physical heart. It affects our lungs, our chest, our shoulders, and upper back, even out through the hands. So in other Eastern traditions, we've got the heart meridian, okay, coming all the way through the arms. And this is very sensible, really, because when we reach out to each other, when we hug somebody, we embrace them with our arms, we draw them into our heart so that we connect heart to heart. So it's a really, it feels good to explore this area. It feels really good. And so I wanted to, play with this a little bit in our yoga practice today. Touching on some of the other more logistic aspects of the heart chakra, the energetic frequency, the resonance of the heart chakra is more similar to the perception of the color green. So today I'm surrounded by green plants. I got my green yoga mat, got the green trees overhead, and wearing the color green or bringing color green into your life, into your practice, either wearing it or maybe holding a stone in your hand that's the color green, or placing that stone over top of your heart during your Shavasana practice, can help to embody that energy and bring that vibration into the physical realm a little bit more concretely. I know some of us have a bit of a difficult time taking these energetic philosophies or principles and really feeling them, really getting them grounded in our present experience. So bringing the color green into our life, even eating green foods, can help us to start experiencing that vibration in a more physical aspect. So the psycho-spiritual influence of the heart chakra on our lives is that feeling of wholeness, feeling connected to each other, to our higher selves, to the source of divinity, whether that's that God consciousness, spirit, Allah, the Brahma, like however it is that you connect with that principle or that idea of source. This is where we experience that, right here in the heart. Now, emotionally, this is also where we experience a lot of our difficult and more challenging emotions. Thinking of grief, fear, and sadness. A lot of that is based right here. If you've ever lost someone or something, you may have experienced pain, like a physical sensation here. If you've ever gone through heartbreak, whether you've, lost your furry companion or the love of your life, you feel a physical sensation right here in the heart chakra. And conversely, if you've ever fallen in love, if you've ever given birth to a baby and you've brought a new source of joy into your life, this is where you feel that bliss, that overwhelming, bubbling sensation of joy and beauty. So we have a lot of capacity to feel very intense emotions all around the heart chakra. So I'd like to touch on the elemental property of this chakra because it's very important when it comes to dealing with these emotions. So the heart is related to the element of air, which makes sense. Our lungs are right here. What do you do when you are weeping? You breathe faster. You try to draw that air in. You try to bring the source of prana into your body to feed the heart center, which is undergoing some pain. On the other side of things, when you're in a moment of ecstasy, and you can think about many different ways to reach that place. What do? You take a deep breath in and you sigh it out. These are our instinctual actions or behaviors, and it all relates back to our heart. It makes perfect sense. So when we are dealing with difficult emotions, or we're dealing with really wonderful ecstatic emotions, one thing that we really need to keep in mind, and even throughout a regular day, when you're not feeling any extremes or whatever, it's important to come back to your breath, because the breath is going to feed this area. It's going to help us to distribute the charge of those energies, the energy related to those emotions, or whatever it is that we're feeling. It's going to help integrate that charge into the whole chakra system by channeling the energy up, channeling the energy down, dispersing it out through the nadis, which again are those channels or those meridians that carry our energy in the body. So the breath is probably the most important part of our yoga practice in general, but specifically when we're dealing with our heart chakra. So today I'm going to take you through a really gentle set, and this is a set that might be really nice to use anytime that you're experiencing the sensations or the emotions of grief, of sadness, if you're dealing with forgiveness, whether you're trying to forgive yourself or forgive others, or when you want to experience joy. Perhaps when you have just experienced pure bliss, this is a really nice way for our body and our breath to move, to integrate those emotions, to move them through the body, and overall to help us soften the area around the heart center so that we can feel more expansive, more connected. We can draw more love in to receive in our hearts, in our being, and we can also give more love. This is also a really nice set for you to do if you are getting married or if you're entering a new relationship, and perhaps also if you're recovering from a heartbreak or a difficult relationship, or maybe if you have a past of a difficult relationship in any respect. Really, it could be, familial, it could be eros related, right? That passionate love. It could be platonic, whether it's, just a friend or whatever. So any type of relationship, if you like to embrace somebody with your heart and let go of the challenges, the scars, or the traumas that your heart has gone through before, this is a really nice yoga practice for you to come back to. And I also suggest it just for any time you want to explore the heart chakra and help relieve these areas. So, let us begin by finding a nice comfortable seat. So I suggest you come into easy pose if this is accessible for you. You're welcome to sit cross-legged. It's also really nice to sit on a block or on a cushion, or to roll up a blanket and just push the blanket underneath your buttocks slightly. This can help to tilt the pelvis forward a little bit and help us relax the legs open and down. You're also welcome just to sit in a chair or to have your legs out in front of you. However you can sit so that your spine is nice and straight. Now we'll just close the eyes, let the hands rest on the lap, and flip the palms up. The first thing we'll do in our practice is notice the breath. Just notice where in the body you feel your breath. And notice the quality of your breath, whether it's fast or slow, irregular or steady. And then we'll consciously engage some effort to slow down the breath. Our first pranayama practice, the first breath control, distributing our energy through the breath. Draw the breath in for a count of 3 or 4. And exhale to the count of 5 or 6. Just making our exhales a little bit slower and longer than our inhales. We'll bring the palms of the hands together and start to rub them. We'll tune in with this Adi mantra. The words are Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And we'll chant on one breath. So we'll draw one breath in and we'll chant the whole mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And then we'll inhale to chant it again for a total of 3 times. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo means I humbly bow to the divine source of wisdom within. Press the palms firmly into one another and lower the hands to the heart center. Press the thumbs into the sternum. Grow tall from the back of the spine. We drop the tailbone down. We lift the heart. Relax the shoulders down and back. The back of the neck is long, and the crown of the head lifts up towards the sky. Let's take a deep breath in to begin. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale and suspend your breath. Draw the pelvic floor upwards, squeezing the muscles of the anus and sex organs. draw the navel upwards and in as well, under the rib cage. Drop the chin, look upwards, coming into our Mahaband, the great lock, controlling and containing, and then shifting the energy upwards. And exhale, soften the body, relax your gaze. I'd like you to begin on your side on the mat. So we'll bring the hands down to the mat, we'll bring the knees together, and we're bringing ourselves into the fetal position. So we'll rest our head in our arms. So go ahead and bend your elbow, just rest your head there. Draw the knees up towards the chest or wherever they feel comfortable. And we'll just close the eyes here and notice the breath. In this new orientation to space, we feel the side body expanding with the breath in. And as the breath slowly glides out, the navel pulls up and in towards the spine. And soften the body, relaxing anywhere that you can. So if there's any tension anywhere in the body, see if you can breathe into that space and let that go. Now throughout our practice today, you might like to use a mantra or an affirmation to help guide your focus back to the present moment and anchor it into an intention for your class, for your practice. So dealing with the heart chakra, there are many different phrases that may resonate with you. If there's one that I mentioned here, I want you to repeat it to yourself 3 times. There are a number of different ones we could use. For instance, I am love. I give love and I receive love freely. I forgive myself. I forgive others. I choose joy. I am open and centered and connected. I choose love. And take one more deep breath in through the nose here. And sigh it out your mouth. Gently open your eyes and press your left palm onto the earth. Extend your right arm. Go ahead and gently press yourself up away from your mat. We'll come on to all 4s, hands and knees. So we'll take a moment to place the wrists just directly below your shoulders, and your knees are directly below your hips. You can soften the tops of the feet down onto the mat. And we'll gently move some cat and cow movements through the spine. As you inhale, lift your hips and drop your belly. Pull the heart forward and lift the chin. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and round the back. Inhaling, lift the hips, lift the head, draw the heart forward, soften the belly down. Exhaling, round the back, press away from the mat, chin to chest. We'll continue moving with your own rhythm, your own pace of breath is guiding your movement. Continue to lengthen the spine, even in the inhales when we're drawing the head and the hips upwards. Continue to lengthen in between the vertebrae. make this as steady and smooth of a motion as possible. One more time in both directions. And then inhale, come back to the neutral spine. We'll take a wide stance, bringing the knees to the outside edge of your mat. The heels remain closer together, and we press the hips down and back towards the heels, coming into our wide-legged child's pose. So if your hips don't meet your heels, you might like to press a block underneath the buttocks to help support you so that you can rest the upper body down towards the mat. On the other end of the spectrum, if your head doesn't meet your mat, you can stack one hand on top of the other, or if you like, you can press a block underneath the forehead so we can rest the back of the neck, rest the whole back down and forward. The hands stretch out in front of us and we relax, breathing deeply into the back body. As you breathe in, feel the body expanding side to side, upwards and backwards, forwards and back, rib cage, the belly, the back, and the chest, all expanding with each inhale. And anytime you want to sigh out the breath, go ahead and allow yourself to. One more deep breath in here. Sighing it out. On your next inhale, walk the hands in, gently pressing away from the mat. We'll bring the knees together and you can come onto the buttocks once again, sitting cross-legged or having the legs straight out in front of you if this position doesn't feel good on the knees. We'll grab a hold of our shins or our ankles, or conversely the knees. And as you inhale, pull the heart forward, roll the shoulders back and down, lifting the chin just slightly, but keeping the back of the neck nice and long. And as you exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, drop the chin to the chest. Inhaling, lifting the heart, pulling the belly forward, dropping shoulders back and down. Exhaling, rounding the spine. Continue moving with your own breath. Enjoy this motion of rounding the back, opening up the chest and heart center. And if there is tension along the back, along the spinal column, perhaps in the shoulders or in the chest, send your breath to that area. Remember that the breath is the vehicle for prana. The breath carries life force energy. So with our conscious direction, we can energize, we can heal, and we can rejuvenate any area of the body by breathing and sending the breath there. Your next breath in, come back to center, stretch the arms down and up, all the way up. The palms come to touch just briefly. And as we exhale, press the right hand away and down to the mat, Start to tilt over towards that right side, just lengthening the left side of the body. Keep the left hip anchored. Inhale, rise back up through center. Both arms come up, growing nice and tall, palms touch. Exhale, lower the left hand to the mat, rounding over towards the left side and lengthening out through the right ribs. Inhaling, back up through center. Exhaling, softening to one side. We continue moving with our own breath. Keep the motion steady and smooth. Get to the point where you're not pausing or stopping in any spot. We're simply moving with the breath, gracefully flowing, stretching tall to lengthen, and softening to each side. This gentle, graceful, flowing motion. We can think about inviting some softness into the body, inviting some of that divine light, some of that grace into our motion. And again, come back to your intention, the affirmation or the mantra that you chose for today's practice, anchoring your motions, your breath with your intention. Now we'll inhale, come back up through center, touch the palms together briefly, and as you exhale, spread the hands apart, bend the elbows, bringing the upper arms parallel to the floor, and then place the palms so they face forward. Draw those shoulders up and roll them back and down, really pulling the base of those shoulder blades down the back, opening those arms out to the sides, perhaps even drawing them back further than your chest. These beautiful goddess arms, we feel strong, we feel stable. Think about reaching out through the elbows, out to each side, and then cracking the rib cage open to really open up that heart center. And if you feel any tension pulling up on the back and the shoulders, breathe there, let it go. Drop the shoulders again. Couple sighs here. One more breath in. Let's stretch the arms all the way up. Reach to the fingertips. Energize those hands. Exhale, let the hands rock down, away from the body, and down to the ground. Nice. Moving into shoulder rolls here. Inhaling, pull the shoulders forward and up towards the ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhaling, drawing them forward and up. Exhale, circling them back and down. Isolating our shoulder girdle here. Keep the spine nice and straight. Keep the neck long. And think about the shoulder blades moving in an isolated motion, independent of the rest of the body. The arms can move freely with them. One more circle up, back, and down. And go ahead and shake that out. Nice. Okay. So from here, let's lengthen the feet out in front of us, growing nice and long. You can bounce the knees a couple of times. You can windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Just turn to the side here so you can see. Got that nice sweeping motion, a little micro bend in the knees here. We're going to be really gentle with our knee joints and with the back of the body here. We'll go through a couple rounds of forward folds that are seated, and then we'll stay in that forward fold, really focusing on rounding the back, opening out through those shoulder blades, through the upper back, into our caterpillar pose. So let's inhale, stretch the arms up, perhaps rolling the shoulders back. As you exhale, reach forward from the hips and lower yourselves down, dropping the head to the knees. Inhale, we roll back up, arms sweep out through the sides and up overhead. Mini back bend, exhaling forward fold. Couple more times. Inhaling, we gracefully flow back up. Exhaling, we roll forward and down. Now on your next forward fold, we'll just let the arms rest wherever they land, and we'll flip the palms up. And this will help us to not push ourselves down into the posture. We're just relaxing the upper body forward and down. So drop your chin to your chest, go ahead and rest. Couple rounds of breath, really opening up our shoulders, out to the sides, back behind us. And for these last 2 breaths here, I want you to sigh out the exhales through the mouth. Your next inhale, gently press up, coming back to our neutral spine. Now from here, you have the option to either come back into our cross-legged position. You can come into rock pose, which is sitting directly on top of the heels. Or if you like, bend one knee. Let's say we'll start with the left knee bent on the ground. Whoops. Bend your right knee, crossing that leg over top, coming into our Gomukhasana, our shoelace leg position with, well, we're actually doing an eagle arm variation. So maybe we're just coming into our shoelace with the right leg on top. If bringing your heels equally out from the hips is not a possibility, another option is for you to simply cross that right leg over top and keep it extended. Or again, of course, you're welcome to come into easy pose. So from here, let's inhale, spread the arms out to the sides, back behind you, really opening that heart mini back bend here. And as we exhale, we'll sweep the arms out to the sides, out in front of us. Cross your left arm over top of the right. Bend the elbows and see if you can bring the backs of the hands to touch. We're just going to do a nice gentle variation of our eagle arms here. So touching the backs of the palms together, and this might be enough of a stretch right here. If that's not a possibility for your arms, we'll keep the left arm over top of the right, and perhaps we'll just come to hug ourselves, grabbing a hold of our shoulders. So another nice variation, a little less intense if we have those tight shoulder joints. If you are in eagle arms with the backs of the hands touching, see if you can lift those elbows up away from the floor. And we'll just steadily breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. One more deep breath in here, sighing it out. On your next inhale, go ahead and release the arms, opening them all the way out to the sides. Now, if we are in our shoelace position with the legs, we'll change the positions. We'll drop the arms just for a moment here and crisscross, so the the left knee is on top this time. And if you were seated with crossed legs, cross your legs the opposite direction. Inhale, open the arms out to the sides and back. Exhaling, this time the right arm crosses over the left. Bend at the elbows, press the backs of the hands together. This is our eagle pose on the opposite side here. Lift those elbows up. Relax the back of the neck, relax the back of the shoulders as much as possible. Gently engage your lower abdomen to keep that lower back nice and flat. We don't want to sink into dropping the belly forward. Keep that back nice and straight. Or again, the other option is just a hug, grabbing a hold of our shoulders. Close your eyes. 3 more deep breaths here. Your next inhale, float the arms out to the sides, opening up that heart center again. Exhale, draw the arms up towards the sky. Palms come to touch overhead. Exhale, lower the hands down to the heart. Now we'll gently release our legs as well, coming back into our easy pose or crisscross position. From here, let's stretch those arms up and overhead. As we exhale, open the arms flat to the floor so they're parallel, and then twist all the way to the right, lowering the hands down. So one hand is in front of the ankles, one hand is behind the buttocks, just gently pressing the fingertips into the earth here, not pushing ourselves into a twist, but as we inhale, we lengthen upwards through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we soften towards that right side. Staying here for a couple rounds of breath. Continue lengthening upwards through the spine with each inhale. And as the exhale comes, think about rotating that heart towards the right. One more deep breath in through the nose here. Sighing it out the mouth. As we inhale again, we'll draw the arms up parallel to the floor and start rotating back towards center. Keep on going as we twist all the way to the left and lower. One hand in front of the body, one hand behind. Coming onto fingertips, just prong hands here to support us. Inhaling, grow tall through the crown. Exhaling, soften the heart over towards that left side. See if we can drop the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. One more deep breath in here. Sighing it out the mouth. Inhaling, lift the arms back up, parallel to the floor, rotate back up through center. Draw the arms forward just slightly so they're on about a 60-degree angle. From here, we lift them all the way up and shake out the hands. Give them a real radical shake here. This is a really nice exercise for distributing energy, awakening up the nervous system, and balancing out our lymphatic system as well. Let that shimmy shift all the way down the spine into the hips. We're getting our whole body moving with it now. Keep breathing. One more deep, full round of breath here. And then inhale, shake those arms all the way up. And exhale, spread through the fingers out to the sides and down to the mat. Very nice. Now we'll move into a Kundalini meditation for the heart chakra. Before we dive into our delicious Shavasana, I want to bring you the opportunity to try this meditation because it is a really, really lovely heart healer, soother, and opener. So we'll begin by bringing the hands, actually we'll draw the hands towards each other so that they almost touch at the level of the heart center. Our elbows are bent. The movement is very simple. We slowly open the hands out to the sides until we extend our arms completely, 180 degrees, stretching out through both sides. And then we slowly draw the hands back towards each other, bending those elbows and pointing the fingers together. Now the eyes are closed throughout the meditation, and we focus on a mantra, and the mantra is Hami Ham Brahm Ham. And this means we are one. This mantra can help us to connect to that divine source. It helps us to feel and recognize that we are the other. There is a absolute principle or the essence of all things that is one. We are connected to that. So you can just listen. I'll chant the mantra for you and see if you can just relax and have that nice steady movement, letting your intuition really guide the motion as you extend the arms and then bring them back in towards each other. Just watch not to let those shoulders creep up towards the ears. So close your eyes, find your center, relax your breath into some slow, deep breathing. Hami Ham Brahm Ham, 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 Hami Ham Ham, Hami Ham Brahm 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 Ham, Ham Ram Ham, Ami 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 Ram Ham Ham, Ami Ham Ram 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 Ham, Ham Mi Ham, Ham Mi Ham, Ami Ham Ram Ham, Ami Ham Ram Ham, Ami Ham Ram, Ami Ham Ram, Ami Ham Ami Ham Ram Ami Ham, Ami Ham, Ami Ham, Ami Ham, Ami Ham Ram Ham, Ami Ham Ram Ham. Inhale. Stretch the arms out through the sides. Hold your breath in. Hold the arms. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold the arms, stretch out to the sides, suspend your breath. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Stretch out. Hold the breath in. Smile. And as you slowly exhale, slowly lower the hands down to the mat. Keep the eyes closed. Relax your breath. Observe, sense, and feel. You may wish to flip the palms upwards and rest the hands in the lap for a brief moment of meditation. Feeling within the body, within the heart center. Watching the activity of the mind. Sensing and feeling the energy around you and within you. Now bring your focus back to your seat bones connected with the earth. Notice the spine, tailbone dropping down, heart lifting, head growing tall. We'll take a deep breath in together and sigh it out to release the meditation. Now you're welcome to lie down on your back and enjoy Shavasana. Or if you like, you can stay seated in this meditative posture for as long as you like. I invite you to really soak up this time where you're not doing, you're simply being, embracing love, allowing yourself to receive love, allowing yourself to give love, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, cultivating joy. Please stay on your mat for as long as you possibly can. From my heart to yours, I thank you for practicing. And as always, at the end of your practice, draw the hands together and we'll chant Satnam. Satnam.